We talk all the time about how Obamacare was definitely a step in the right direction. It was better than the previous healthcare system that we had, which was one of the worst in the industrialized world. Now we're moving up that list, slowly but surely. But it was still, in the final summation, a gigantic giveaway to the health insurance companies and the big pharma companies and the rest of corporate America. Because, the plan was originally a right-wing plan. We've gone over this a million times. The idea of the individual mandate, which is the heart of Obamacare, came from Richard Nixon. Later on, it was codified by the Heritage Foundation, which is a right-wing think tank. Chuck Grassley supported it. Newt Gingrich supported it. All the Republicans in the House loved that plan in the 90s. And then eventually, since the spectrum has shifted so far to the right and the Democrats negotiate away the farm, we had them implement the Republican plan. Again, still better than nothing. Anything would have been better than nothing because our healthcare system was beyond pathetic. But it's still a massive giveaway, and it gives the private insurance companies just a monopoly on the market because it mandates people go to the private insurance companies to get coverage. So under the original law, Medicare Part D, which is a Bush administration program, and it's also a big giveaway to the pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies also, it was cut. So when Obamacare was passed, a lot of progressives talked about this provision where we said, whoa, this is a good part of the law here. Because what Obama is doing is reallocating funds, government funds, to expand Medicaid, for example. And instead of just giving away to pad profits, Medicare payments to the Part D program specifically. So what the administration just decided to do with that when they thought no one was looking is very telling. Today we hear this, quote, "The Obama administration announced on Monday that it would be reversing scheduled reductions to the Medicare Advantage program, dealing a huge victory to private insurers and the bipartisan group of lawmakers who advocated for maintaining the higher reimbursement rates that President Obama claimed only padded company profits." Wow. So in other words, the provision that was specifically to stop blowing the private insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies, they're reversing that. They're saying, anyway, about the stopping overpayments thing, we're going to go ahead and continue the overpayments. Quote, "The Affordable Care Act is supposed to reduce excess payments to private insurers participating in Medicare Advantage, saving the government $156 billion over a decade. The effort to bring Medicare Advantage in line with traditional Medicare began in 2012. The government was paying private insurers 14% more on average to provide the same benefits available under the traditional Medicare program." So we're overpaying for Medicare Part D, or Medicare Advantage as they call it. We're overpaying them by 14% to do the same kind of coverage that traditional Medicare does. It's just a $156 billion blowjob over the course of a decade to the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies. And now they're reversing them. They're saying, no, we're going to continue to just give you the money for no reason. So why the change? Why did they do this? Quote, "Private insurers launched their largest ever mobilization. The industry ran Seniors Are Watching ads and joined a bipartisan group of lawmakers arguing that any reductions would raise costs and reduce services." So do you get that? As soon as the private insurance companies realized, oh, fuck, we're going to have, this pretty big profit cut because the government was just giving us money for no reason. They're overpaying us for these drugs. Well, now they're going to pay us what we actually deserve. And so what we'll do is take all the profits that you gave us over these other years, and we'll use that to lobby. We'll lobby the shit out of you guys, and we'll also run these ads that make it seem like Obamacare is going to cut services to seniors when it's not, and then we'll get our way. And they managed to get their way. The Obama administration buckled under the pressure. They said, you win. Even though your ads are lies where you say, we're cutting services, which we're not. Services are staying the same. We're just not overpaying you anymore. Whatever, we cave, man. You gave us a lot of money when we ran our campaign. You scratch our back, we scratch yours. So, okay, we will, while we think nobody is looking, we will reverse that part of Obamacare, and we will make it so that you can get your overpayments back. God, it's so upsetting, man. This is depressing. Because there's no other way to explain what happened here except that our system is totally corrupt. There's no other way to explain it, you know? And by the way, Republicans, you want to be the heroes? You want to have something to run your campaign on? Get the fuck out there and say, no, we want to cut this. What are you doing? I thought you guys loved small government. Well, here's an example of actual bad big government where they're just overpaying insurance companies with taxpayer dollars for no reason other than to make them rich and pad their profits unnecessarily. So where are you on this? Get out there and say, look at this. The Obama administration doing a massive giveaway to the insurance companies. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? No, we're in favor of cutting that. We're in favor of going back to what it was before. But of course the Republicans aren't going to say that because they're not really in favor of small government. They love big government as long as it's to help their buddies, in big business. And they were fighting. They were fighting to on the side of the insurance companies on this. So the Democrats and the Republicans agree to screw the taxpayer and overpay the private insurance companies. Welcome to the United States of America.